Yeah.
I'll introduce myself. Hi, my name is Heidi Neck. I'm a professor of entrepreneurship at Babson College, and I've been at Babson for 21 years, and my passion is all about how we teach entrepreneurship, because I think how we teach entrepreneurship is just as important as what we teach in entrepreneurship. I think it's interesting, Carlos, because every year I say entrepreneurship education is now more important than ever before. And every year I'm saying that, but I think right now, for some reason, it really is more important than ever before, but also more accepted than ever before. So the importance has kind of been there for many years, but the acceptance and the willingness to engage in entrepreneurship education, to learn more about how best to teach entrepreneurship, I see we're kind of at that peak right now where everyone has an appetite for it. Everyone's trying to figure out what are the best ways to teach it, because the students are demanding it. And I think the students need it also more than ever before. So I think Babson has had a longstanding mission around educating entrepreneurial leaders that can generate economic and social impact at the same time. And doing that by really looking at the world in a different way and identifying opportunities and creating opportunities that, the average student can't really do. And I think we do that with a few things. I mean, there's kind of four parts of our philosophy around entrepreneurship. And the first is starting with what you have and not what you need, really developing kind of this bias for action. I think the second is about students really embracing, don't come to college, specifically, don't come to Babson to find yourself. You come to Babson to create yourself. And I think the third is students today, everything's kind of competitive, right? I need to do this better than this person, or I need to be this much smarter than this person. And Babson more celebrates, don't necessarily be the best at what you do, really focus on being the only at what you do. And that's a very entrepreneurial part of your development. And I think the fourth part of kind of our philosophy around entrepreneurship is action trumps everything. I mean, you just have to act your way into knowing. And you can't come to college with a traditional mindset saying, all right, professor, teach me, and then I'm going to go practice it. It's about the professors and the students coming together saying, we're going to act our way into learning. We're going to practice. We're going to do things over and over again. And there's no guarantee of success, but we've got to figure this out, because entrepreneurship is about navigating uncertainty and finding a way regardless of the information that we don't have. Especially with the undergraduates. I mean, undergraduates are interesting because they don't necessarily know what entrepreneurship is, or their perception of what entrepreneurship is are the images that they see online, whether it's Elon Musk or Mark Zuckerberg, usually, and a ton of men, right? And that's what they think entrepreneurship is this high-tech, multi-billionaire unicorn mentality. And so we need to kind of break that mold, or at least break that stereotype. So from day one at Babson, every single undergraduate student must enroll in a course called Foundations of Management and Entrepreneurship. And it's a year-long course, and the students are required to start a venture. They design think it, they do experimentations, they look at their target markets. That's the first semester. The second semester is they actually execute what they've been working on. And it's interesting because they start to realize that entrepreneurship isn't all roses and rainbows and unicorns. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of experimentation. It's a lot of failure. It's a lot of learning from failure. And some students love it and some students don't. Some students really grow from the experience, and some students are like, I never want to be an entrepreneur ever. But it doesn't matter to us at Babson if they become the traditional entrepreneurs or not. What's coming out of that course is every single student is learning to think and act more entrepreneurially than when they started at Babson. And so the FME course, the Foundations of Management and Entrepreneurship course, becomes a rite of passage that the students have to go through. And it's very much part of our culture here at Babson. Babson would not be the institution it is without that first year experience. Because too many colleges and universities around the world wait till it's too late to teach entrepreneurship. You've got to start it from day one, if not earlier. It's a wonderful question, Carlos. And I think you know that I think entrepreneurship is an essential life skill. Regardless if you're going to start a business or not, you have to develop the mindset of being an owner of whatever you do in life. From an educational perspective, though, it becomes difficult to give that one recipe, whether you're in engineering or the liberal arts or the other sciences or in the business school. How do you actually get the students to practice entrepreneurship? And that's a far more difficult question to answer. What I have seen is that you ask any student around the world, do you want to make an impact on the world? And they're like, yes. And I'm like, do you know how you're going to do that? And they're like, not really. I get overwhelmed with that question. So I think our job is to help students get more comfortable with their ability to know they have the ability to make an impact. Then the question becomes, well, how do you do that as an educator? So the best analogy I can come up with is that, content is a commodity today. So I don't care if you're in engineering, I don't care if you're in medicine, I don't care if you're in business. The content is out there today. So what is our role as educators, specifically entrepreneurship educators? And the best analogy I can come up with, Carlos, is let's just say I want to find the words to my favorite song. And right now, my favorite song, actually for my life, my favorite song has been Landslide by Heidi Neck. Okay. And so I can quickly Google Landslide, Stevie Nicks, and boom, all the lyrics of that song come up right away. Content, it's there. But it doesn't mean I have the ability to sing. And I think that's what our job is as educators, is to help students sing. And you can't just say sing and then wait for the person to, sing this wonderful tune. You actually have to guide them, coach them, facilitate them, and help them actually believe they have the ability to sing. And I really do think that's our job, specifically as entrepreneurship educators. Wow. UDD to me is like a kindred spirit, a soulmate with Babson College. We're very much alike. And what I mean by that is, in this crazy world of higher education, both of our institutions are very entrepreneurial. I mean, people look to Babson, but people also look to UDD as kind of a beacon of what entrepreneurship education can be. Now, when you're in that, when you're in UDD or when you're in Babson, sometimes you don't appreciate it. And so my message to everyone at UDD, whether you're a program director, educators, or students, is take advantage of what's right in front of you. Because you have a university that is embracing entrepreneurship, that knows how to do entrepreneurship education, that is there to support the educators, the directors, the deans, the students. Don't let this moment pass by you, because you go anywhere else in the world and you don't have the ability to develop entrepreneurship as a life skill like a place like UDD has. So just remember that. You're very, very special.